Welcome to Easy Eats. My name is Chef Yves Dechaine, and today we're in the Greener Villages Learning Kitchen with the MSc Hinde, a newcomer, a not so newcomer. You've been here for how long?
Yeah, I've been in Canada for almost 3 years.
And you came from Nigeria.
Yes, I came from Nigeria.
Well, welcome on the show today,
Thank
and you'll be making for us jollof rice, right?
Yes, jollof rice.
Fantastic. So before we get started with the jollof rice, tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you come to find yourself here in Fredericton?
Okay, so in 2021, we got a provincial nomination to come to Canada as a teacher in Canada. So we came here and we landed in Moncton. I was in Moncton for about a year, but relocated to Fredericton because I needed more credit hours for my teaching license to be completed. So I got enrolled in University of New Brunswick, where I'm doing a diploma in advanced undergraduate studies.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're definitely not a cook by trade, but you do enjoy cooking.
I love cooking.
Perfect. So what got you started cooking? Was it mom? Was it grandmother?
Yeah, my mom. She's a good cook. So I enjoy a meal all the time, and I miss a meal also. But yeah, I learned to cook from my mom.
Perfect. And jollof rice is something that your mom used to make a lot?
Jollof rice is something we grew up with. It's something that is popular in Africa, especially in Nigeria. It's a food that is always found at major occasions, be it birthday celebration, weddings, on special events like Christmas, Easter, any events that we have, any special occasion, you must find the jollof rice. Yeah.
So let's get started. What are the first steps in making this?
Okay, we have our protein. You can use chicken, turkey, meat, fish, whichever protein is convenient for you. But today we're using this chicken, and we're going to be boiling this first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we can use any pieces of chicken. Today we're using boneless chicken thighs, but you can use bone-in meat as well, right?
Yes.
Do you make it vegetarian, or is it mostly a meat dish?
It doesn't have to be meat. You could do without the protein.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
You could do without the chicken broth or whatever broth you're going to use.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put a little of seasoning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're got curry powder in there.
Yes. And this our thyme.
Yeah, and then we have thyme.
Yeah.
Is there any other seasonings, or is this kind of adapted, or have you adapted this to what you can find here in North America?
Yeah, I could find paprika also.
Okay.
Use paprika.
You can use paprika, okay.
Yes, we could. I mean, whatever seasoning that is convenient for you to use. Yes. And we're going to use this piece of thyme.
The bay leaf,
the bay leaf, sorry.
Yeah, no, all good.
Mm-hmm. And I'm more confident about this because I use this in the house. I tried the one in Canada, and I think a lot of people feel it has so much salt.
Okay, so these are different
this is from
OXO
Nigeria.
or Nor cubes. Okay, so you didn't bring them from Nigeria, did you?
We got them from the African store. It's called Divine African Store.
So we're putting these in there?
Yes, and we use a little water.
Now you can also use chicken stock if you had it, like in the square, the Tetra containers.
Yes. It's just to give you the kind of taste that you really desire.
Yeah, this right here. So how much? Just a little bit.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. And we stir this.
So we're not putting it in a lot of water. Just kind of slightly poaching it.
Yeah. So we allow this to cook till tender.
And then what are the next steps after that?
Okay, so once this is cooked, we can fry or grill. If we want to grill it, we could do without cooking it. We have not added the onion. I usually blend the onion and garlic and ginger together, but we could just slice this in.
Okay, so you could put the onion in the poaching like it was up. It is to bring out flavor and things like that.
Exactly. Yes. So I will just do a little onion.
Perfect. So the reason behind poaching this meat, and I know that you poach it ahead of time.
Yes.
A lot of times, I guess, traditionally, when you were traveling, and especially in places like Nigeria, meat would go sour sometimes. So in order to kind of make sure that you're pulling all of those bacteria and things out, you would boil it first, and then you would cook it to make sure that everything was safe.
Okay.
Now, food is safe because we're getting it from grocery stores and
Yes.
things like that.
Yes.
But the flavor that's imparted now has become part of the cooking process.
Yeah.
So it kind of, for us here in North America, for you to double cook the chicken, it may seem strange, but it does impart a lot of really, really good flavors. So
Yeah.
it's a nice addition, and I guess a little bit of history, I guess, on the dish, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Perfect. So now you're adding a little bit of garlic as
A
well.
little bit of garlic. Can you feel the aroma?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. This nice waft is so fragrant, and it
Yes.
smells really nice with the curry
Yes.
and the thyme.
Yes, I'm putting a little ginger
A
also.
little ginger as well?
Yes.
Perfect. So what's your favorite protein to go into your jollof rice? Is it chicken, is it beef, is it lamb or goat, or?
I can have any.
Any, it's all
Any,
good, is it?
Yeah, any is all good for me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
If you're not cooking for everybody and stuff like that, and you're teaching, are you teaching now? Do you have a position anywhere?
Yeah, I got my license to teach this
Okay.
year. However, I'm still substituting at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully by the next school year, I'll get a teaching position. Yeah, but at the moment, I supply in various schools, middle and elementary schools.
What's your favorite age to teach?
Yeah, I hear that question a lot.
Yeah.
I feel I could do more with the middle school because my kids are toddlers, so
Yeah.
I have enough toddlers to handle.
I hear you. You're
Yeah.
working with toddlers, coming
Yes,
home to
yes,
toddlers.
yes,
That would be
yes.
difficult, wouldn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
so I feel I would do more with the middle school. Yeah.
So this looks really nice. I think this is almost done. We'll just let this chicken finish up, and we'll be back after these short messages. Welcome back to Easy Eats. Again, we are in the Greener Villages Learning Kitchen with the MSc, and she's showing us how to make some jollof rice. So our next step, MSc, is to put the chicken into the frying pan and start frying it.
Yes.
So here we are. We'll put that in. And while I'm doing that, before the show, we started blistering up some peppers.
Yep.
So we start off by putting some red peppers in the oven.
Yes.
And we get them nice and dark, don't we? Okay, so once we get this chicken in right like this, there we go. There we are. I'll pass that over to you.
Thank you.
And then I will take out those peppers.
Okay.
And then we'll move on to the next step. So not only do we have peppers here, but we also have some garlic and some onions.
Yeah.
And then you're putting that on to stop the splash of frying.
Yes.
It's always a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We got our chicken frying. We've got our peppers here that have been blistered. And what's the reason for putting them in the oven like this?
Yeah, the aroma it gives.
Yeah.
We call jollof rice smoky jollof rice in Nigeria. So it gives kind of that smoky aroma.
Okay.
Yes, we have a traditional way we cook in Nigeria with firewood, and
Yes.
basically we use a big pot and firewood.
Over the fire.
Yes,
Yeah,
and it gives that smoky aroma.
okay, so we've got our peppers here. So what's the next step?
Okay, we have to blend the peppers.
So we're going to put them in and make a
the blender.
sauce.
Yes.
Fantastic. Does everyone make a different type of jollof?
Yeah, we can. I think I read somewhere that says jollof rice originated from Senegal.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Here we go.
and I'm
some tongs.
sure.
That might work a little better for you.
Yeah, and I'm sure that people have different recipes and steps to cook their jollof rice. So there's no one way to cook it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it almost like a family recipe? Does every family have a different jollof rice recipe?
Well, maybe. Yeah. I mean, it just depends on what works well for you over
Okay.
time. Yeah.
There you are.
Thank you.
Lovely. I'm going to grab those tongs back from you, and I'm going to give that chicken a flip.
Yeah.
So you're not only a teacher, but you're also, I heard that you're quite the singer as well.
Yes.
So where can we hear you sing?
Okay. I have a YouTube channel where I do worship songs.
Okay.
A Christian worship song, and we usually hold the meetings every month.
Okay, yeah.
We have different locations, but now we use a venue at UND.
Okay.
Yes. So I have a YouTube channel that is called Altar of Worship.
Okay.
Yes. That's where
Auto worship?
Altar of worship and praise.
Oh, altar of worship and praise. Wonderful.
Yes, yes. But the YouTube name is my name, Yemisi Kehinde.
Okay.
Yes.
So our next step is you got everything in there.
Yes. So I need to blend this.
So we're just breaking all of this up. What's the difference between doing this and then say just throwing it into the pot with the chicken and stuff like that? Are we looking for like a smooth texture or?
Okay. So while we are blending this,
Yeah,
to have a smooth texture, like we need the paste to be able to make the jollof rice. If it's all like that, I mean, nobody wants to eat that kind of rice. That you have a big bell pepper one side in the. So I feel it's
so you just want all the flavors to blend together and kind of disappear.
And that gives it the texture, the paste that we need to make the jollof rice.
We get another pot here. There we are.
Okay, so to cook the jollof rice, we'd need a vegetable oil.
Okay, so vegetable oil.
Yes, and a little butter.
Oh, perfect. So we set this pot up to about a medium high again.
Yes.
We put some butter in the pot.
Yes.
A little bit of about how much butter? About a couple tablespoons.
Yes.
And then how much oil? Same? A couple tablespoons of.
Yeah, we don't want to make that. Yes.
Perfect.
And we give this bay leaf for flavor.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
Let that heat up, and
Yes.
then
I
we
also put some onions
Okay.
to give the aroma.
So as a teacher, do you have any favorite classroom stories that you'd like to share? Something that's kind of something funny that you've met, something kind of sweet or endearing?
I love when I see them actively engaged in learning and willing to learn also.
And I guess it would be different every day, seeing new faces every
Yes,
time
yes,
you
yes.
come into class.
Yes.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and you can see the release of the aroma.
Well, that's it. Yeah, and exactly. So that's ready
Yes.
then. So our next step would be what?
I'll pour the paste.
The paste. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's all about building flavors, right? So we want to put them in this order.
Yes, so I will introduce like 2 full spoons of the paste.
So that's roughly probably a can, the little can of tomato paste, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I give it a good stir.
Good
to
stir, and
fry.
then perfect. And we wait till what the paste changes color, kind of goes darker, or
No, the paste becomes like, how do I put it now? Separated.
okay, it'll start to split.
Separated.
Okay,
yes, yes.
Now you said you put 2 habanero peppers in there.
Yes.
You don't have to make it that hot, and if you don't have habanero peppers, you can kind of use any pepper you'd like, right?
Yeah, I've been using habanero. Maybe a chili.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, as a substitute. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, now we're seeing it starting to kind of split apart,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yes, we can hold on a bit and go in with our paste.
okay, so we'll just let it cook out for a little bit, and
Yes,
I
yes.
see that it's starting to pull all the oils and stuff from
Right.
the paste.
Yes, yes. That's what we need.
Perfect. So I just find it interesting because I would have thought that we would add our rice, then we would add our sauce, but you're adding the sauce,
Yes.
and then we'll add the rice. Cool.
Yes, yes. So the paste helps the coloring of the jollof rice because
Yeah.
jollof rice is red.
And that's why you wanted all those red peppers.
Yes.
Because I
and,
guess that was my next question was, could you use any other colored pepper? But you're saying that jollof rice
it's
is red rice.
Yes,
so
red rice.
so we won't be using the yellow peppers
No.
or the
Yeah,
orange peppers.
yeah.
We really want a red pepper here.
Yeah, you could, but as long as you achieve the colored rice,
You're getting the red?
yeah.
This is starting to smell really, really nice, and I can. The habaneros are filling up my nostrils here, so with a little bit of heat, so
Yes.
that's nice.
Yes, so we cover this with the other lid.
With the screen or the
Yes,
okay,
this one.
yeah, so it doesn't spit up.
Yes. So once it's a little bit cooked, we go in with our seasoning.
Okay, so we let that cook for what, about 4 or 5 minutes?
Once the vegetable oil starts appearing on the top.
Oh, again,
Yes,
okay, perfect.
yes, yeah.
So we're just gonna let this cook a little bit, and all we want to do is we want to see the oils rise to the top, and then once we get to that spot, we'll be back after this break. Welcome back to Easy Eats. Again, we're in the Greener Villages Learning Kitchen with Yamisi, and we're just finishing off our jollof rice. So everything looks great. We've got that, the oil's kind of risen to the top of that. So what's our next step?
We have to sieve this in the stock.
All right, so we're going to strain that.
Yeah.
So we don't want any of these onion bits or anything like that in there.
Yes, yes.
So the whole idea is to keep it as smooth as possible.
Yes. So we can introduce a little bit of water.
A little bit of water.
Yes.
And that's just to clean out the pot and then get, I
Yes.
guess, the rice ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Could we just?
We're going to do that again? Absolutely.
Okay.
There we are.
Okay.
And then we're going to scrape all this lovely stuff that's at the bottom, right? So that's all developed some nice sweetness because it's burned, not burned, but caramelized on the bottom. So that'll bring out some nice flavors and textures.
Right. So we go in with a little bit of thyme and curry and a bay leaf.
And another bay leaf? Okay, yeah.
We could just use this one.
Perfect.
And I could use the seasoning.
So we're going to put a little bit more of the chicken cube.
Yes.
And again, if we don't have that, we can use chicken stock in the Tetra Pak, right?
Yes. Okay. I'll just introduce just a little bit of this.
A little bit more curry?
Yes.
Okay. And that's usually to taste, right? So you want to make sure that
Yes.
to adjust it, but that looks like about a teaspoon is what you put in there right now. And a little bit more thyme.
And salt to taste.
A little bit of salt.
Yes.
Sure thing. There we
We
are.
don't want to put too much because our stock already got.
It has some salt in it,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
And salt intensifies as you cook things down, right?
Yeah. So we allow this to boil before we introduce our washed.
Are your washed rice? Absolutely. So, washing rice. It's always a good idea to wash the rice because the way rice is shipped, the way rice is packed,
Yeah.
you kind of never know what's on it.
Right.
But you also want to wash that starch because the more starch you wash off the rice, the fluffier your end product will be, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, white rice is washed, and so what do we do next?
We introduce that to the boiled paste on the pot.
Perfect. So we want to bring this up to a boil before we
Yes.
introduce our rice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then when do we add the chicken?
Okay, so the chicken is served on top of the cooked.
Oh, I see. So we just put that off to the side. We cook the rice and
Right.
then incorporate the chicken in
Right,
afterwards.
right.
Oh, fantastic. So a lot of the jollof rice recipes that I've worked with, the chicken goes right in. So this is a new way to do it for me, and this is exciting.
Yeah.
I like it when I learn a different way to make something, which is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've got that boiling right now.
Yes, yes.
So we're going to add our rice
yes,
to that.
Yes, yes.
And your rice will be a little sticky when you wash it, so it might
Right.
clump together. So do the best you can. And that's right, you don't want to introduce any more extra water or anything like that. And that's
Yes.
why and it's okay to use your hands as long
Yes.
as they're washed, right?
They're washed. So the secret to jollof rice is to not have too much of water because you don't want to have a soggy rice.
Okay, so you want it to
So,
be nice and firm.
Yes, then we use the foil paper because jollof rice cooks with steaming.
Yeah.
So,
And this one has a pretty good seal, so we'll just kind of set that right there.
Yes.
And that's it. If you have an older pot, or you can put it with foil, but because this has got a little bit of a rubber ring on it,
okay.
I think this
Okay.
will work out great
Yes,
for
yes,
us like
yes,
that.
Yes.
So we just sit that like that, and we let that go for how long?
Yeah, till tender.
I understand what till tender means, but
Yes.
people need time.
Yes.
People need to know
Okay.
how long. So roughly
Yeah.
how long would that sit?
So this, we are using a 950 gram of rice.
Yeah.
So let's say for about 25 minutes.
Okay, 25.
But yeah, you keep checking and check to see if it is soft enough. I mean, it should be within 25 minutes.
Well, that's it. So we bring it up to a boil, we stir it in, and then we bring it down to low, don't we?
Yeah, not too low, but maybe medium heat.
Perfect. So we've got our rice is ready, and we're just going to add our butter to it.
Yes.
And like you said, the butter, what it does is it
helps it come out whole without being soggy. So we just allow that to melt.
just to melt in just like that, and and it also adds a nice gloss to the rice, and then a little bit of a decadence to it, doesn't it?
Yes, yes, yes.
So you're also part of the Nigerian Association here in Fredericton at NCAF.
Yeah.
So any kind of newcomer that's coming, what kind of services does the association offer?
So we have a big Nigerian community in Fredericton. It's called NCAP, Nigerian Canadian Association of New Brunswick.
Okay.
We have a WhatsApp group that we are over 400. We are on the WhatsApp platform. There we discuss how to help new immigrants that are just coming in that might need the help of the community. Just on Sunday, a few days back, we had a community meeting to discuss how we could help each other, what are the things available for newcomers, and where we can go to for various fields. If you're coming in as a teacher, what are the steps you need to take? We have people that have been teaching, and they are here in Fredericton. You can meet them, and we have people in the health field and so on, how to file your tax and all those things. Those are the things we discussed.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yes, we should cover this to
just help that go quicker. Absolutely. So we're not going to touch this until it's done melting and stuff like that.
Yes, we give it a stir, then it will be good.
So obviously you've come from Nigeria.
Yes.
What part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from the western part of Nigeria, but I basically based in Lagos.
In Lagos, okay.
Yes, it's a big city in Nigeria. We have a lot of people from different parts of the world in Nigeria. In Lagos, yes.
Perfect. So I guess my next question is the main differences, or what do you miss from Nigeria that you don't get here in Canada, or what do you like in Canada that you weren't able to find in Nigeria?
Okay, I miss our food because yes, we have the African stores, but sometimes you can't really get fresh stuffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because yes, we need some things that you could get in Nigeria, but you want to get it in the store. They are frozen, and they're not like the fresh type you get in Nigeria. I guess I miss that about Nigeria. Of course, I miss my family.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when I came to Canada, I had my baby. Yeah, it was just myself and my husband and 2 toddlers with a new baby. So if it was in Nigeria, I would have a lot of support, like my parents or siblings or friends, around here. So I miss the family support and all that. And why I like Canada is that you can basically get to wherever you need to go in few minutes. Unlike in Nigeria, you need to cover a short distance, but it will take a whole lot of time, and it's really stressful. So I think I like Canada for that. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's cool, so.
All right, this looks fantastic. So I'm just gonna take a couple scoops here, just like this. Not just a little bit for us to taste.
Yeah.
Just like that. Make sure we avoid, and we take out that bay leaf and stuff like that. We don't leave that in, right?
Yes.
Then we'll grab a little bit of chicken. Just like this. Do you break it up, or do you just put it just a piece?
Yes, like that.
Just like that? Wonderful. So, a fork to you.
Thank you.
A fork to me. And we'll give that a nice try. Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your story, sharing this lovely jollof rice, which isn't as spicy as I thought it would be with those 2 habanero peppers. So it's beautifully, wonderfully smoky and mildly spicy. Thank you so much for sharing this with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Right on. Thanks.
Thank you.